Welcome to Haxby Shed. Today is the 28th of March and the clocks have just moved forward an hour. You've probably already spotted that that clock behind me up there is an hour slow, so I'll have to move it on. This afternoon I'm going to put some more lights up in the shed. The corner over by the shaper is quite dark, and so I bought some extra lighting battens, which are the same as the ones that are on the other side, and I'll get the ladders out and I'll put those up. So these are the battens that I bought from my local Screwfix store. They're 5 feet long, they're 60 watts and 5,600 lumens LED lights. I could have bought them cheaper, these were £41 each, but I like the idea of being able to just take them back if I've got a problem. And they're very good and they'll just swap them over. I've got my cable ready and I've got my cable clips. Now here in the UK, the cabling that you clip to the wall is blue for neutral and brown for live. Twin and earth, so you've got a copper earth in the centre there which is unshielded. Now I preferred red and black myself, but the government actually didn't consult on my opinion, so this is what we've got for the last few years. So I'll get my overalls on, get the ladders out and we'll get on with it. But first, tomorrow is our first significant step out of lockdown 3. I think it's 3. I've kind of lost count of how many lockdowns we've had now. And we'll be able to travel at our own discretion, although we're still asked to not travel if we don't really have to. And also we can have family in the garden, up to 6 people. Now around here, most people seem to be following the rules. There's a little bit of rule bending, obviously, but from the people around us, people do seem to follow the rules. And there has unfortunately been some people I know quite badly affected by COVID. So I do a bit of charity work as a trustee of a particular charity, I won't mention. But 4 of their staff have been affected, and I know in at least 2 cases their fathers have died. And also I've got a friend in some other activity I do, actually the Institute of Engineering and Technology here in North Yorkshire. I'm on the committee for that, and one of the committee members, he and his wife got very poorly. I don't think they were at risk of dying, but they have been, they've had long COVID, let's say that. So it has affected people I know, and we're very grateful that we've not been affected, and luckily our family have not been affected either. So anyway, it feels like it's been a long time. We'll be glad to start to move out of lockdown. Let's get on with the job, eh? Well, the ladder's up. It's actually surprisingly high up there. The top of that ladder is at 10 feet or 3 meters. I'll take the camera up there in a minute, you can see what it looks like viewing downwards. Now I need to say a few things. I need to say that this video is not instruction to you in any way, and if in any doubt, consult a qualified electrician. Not least because only about 20% of my viewers are in the UK. So in your place where you live, I don't know, it could be a criminal offence to climb a ladder in lurid orange overalls. Who can say? Now the installation in here was done by a qualified electrician, and all I'm doing is adding a couple of lights. I've got the certificates, the original certificates for the installation. It's indoors, and it's not a high risk area in the sense that it's not outdoors, it's not a bathroom, it's not a kitchen. So it's a very simple addition. But even so, if you're in doubt, check with somebody. So what I'll do now is I'll isolate the lighting circuit, so it'll go a bit darker in here, unfortunately. And I always try to put at least a couple of switches between me and the electricity. So I'll flick the switch for the lighting circuit, but I'll also flick the switch for the main feed, because that's double pole. It's RCD protected, so that will give me my 2 switches, safety margin so to speak. This is the distribution board, and you can see all of these connections made off in wire armoured cable. So I'll lift this lid up here and just flick off the switches that I need to isolate. You can see there how I've put some packing between the bottom of the ladder and the wall, because it could slip. It's only resting on that beam up there by a couple of inches, and today's the day that I don't want to fall flat on my face from 3 meters. Up we go. I am holding on with 2 hands, believe me. There we go. It was pretty scary putting all these boards up, to be honest. So there's 2 battens there, light battens, and I'm going to put the same over onto this side here. One above the shaper and one just where this ladder is. There's a fair bit of woodworm nibble around this building, but it's been treated, well, at least twice. So I've got the holes to keep me company, but the woodworm isn't active. Okay, I need to find the centre and then screw up the clips to hold the lights on. I'm not going to video every step in this, I think you've got the general idea. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing rather than think about videoing. It's quite important to concentrate when you're up here. That's the first one up. It's never as easy as you think working at height like that. The beam's in the way of the ladder. The ladder's in the way of the light you're trying to put up. You're trying to knock those clips in to hold the wire on, and you can't get to the right place. It always seems to take a lot longer than I expect. Anyway, we're making progress and we've got all afternoon. It's very easy to fit these lights. You just strip off about 10mm of insulation at the end, and the conductor just pushes in. And these are designed so that you can have a cable in, cable out, so you can have a loop in and out to daisy chain the lights. And if you want to release the cable, you just press one of these levers here and you can just pull it out. But there's nothing on here to take the earth. Now I always make the earth connection continuous to the last point to help protect the cable. And it's useful if you've got an RCD, a residual current device. So I'm going to have to use one of these connectors, what we call chocolate block, I suppose, and get it in here somehow to loop the earth continuous in and out as well. It may look like I've given up on this job and I'm about to go cycling, but it's a safety measure. I was just climbing the steps there and they were sliding about like crazy on this floor, and I thought, That's the second light up now and jointed in, so I just need to bring the cable across to this side and joint it into the lighting power feed. But of course, before I do that, I'll isolate the light circuit and turn off the power. I'm just showing you where I've connected to the existing light. Now this light that I'm connecting to is exactly the same part number as the new lights I've fitted. But the connection here has much more space available for looping this earth in and out. It was a devil of a job to get that connector, a connector like that, behind the facing on the ones I've just fitted. The other thing I'd point out is you see those 2 wires, black and red. So somebody actually likes my idea. I'm just wondering if, according to the letter, I'm probably supposed to put a sticker on the system now saying this installation has mixed wiring colours. But it's annoying, you know, you'd think that they'd follow the standard.
I guess that's what happens when you buy stuff in from all over the place. Anyway, get it together.
I name this workshop Haxby Shed. Bless all who work in her. Sorry for the funny voice. Well, that's all right. Shaper Corner is now nice and bright. Well, that's another job ticked off. I've got 3 videos made. I think 1 on the lathe, 2 on the shaper, and I've got about another 4 in planning. 2 of them I could get on with straight away. Another 2 I need to find some metal. In one case I'll have to find some scrap because they want too much money to buy new. But I release my videos about once a week, really. That's my aim. So the next one will come out in a few days anyway. I'm not quite sure when this one will come out, maybe whatever. So I hope that was useful to you. Thank you for watching Haxby Shed.